Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead and welcome to the weekend, my friends. Thank you so much for clicking here. Look, I've got some oracles here. We're going to take a look at these, see what sort of energies or feelings come up for the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead, Sag. If you've never been here before, you wouldn't know that, but welcome here. Thanks for stopping in here. I hope you'll stay. And if you're coming back because you're the ride or die, my fire family, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. Let's take a look here. We're going to pull some oracles first, and then we're going to get some tarot on it. At the end of this video, I am going to tell you all about how to find a private read and all the sales that are on. I'm also going to tell you about the extended if you're interested in any of that. Hang out. Let's find out what's going on for you, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the base chakra. All right, we're dealing in stability, security this week, feeling like it's a very good and stable and secure week as you head in. Let's find out what else is going on here. Tell me more. What else does Sag need to know? Something you're very sure of. Feels like a feeling of confidence, or even if it doesn't work out, I'm still going to be secure. It doesn't really matter if it works out the way I want it to or not. We've got time for a beginner's mind. Look, I think that's really cool because when we're at the beginning of something, like let's just think about it in the sense of being an entrepreneur. When we are at the beginning of something, there's always a chance that we could get hurt, we could get stuck, right? And so I feel like you are the base chakra and the porcupine spirit is telling me that you know you could get hurt, but you don't care. I feel like your intuition is telling you that you're going to be okay regardless of whether it works out or it doesn't. So I feel like this is a week of Sag, maybe you sort of taking things as they come and deciding that I'm not going to put a label on it. I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I'm just going to let things work out the way that they will. We've got card number 48, which is a 12. 1 and 2 is 3. We could be talking about going on some sort of a new path or a new creative thing. Maybe it's a new creative endeavor, but it also could be about some sort of a partnership too. So time for a beginner mind. And when we're at the beginning of something, we're kind of brave, right? If we've agreed with ourselves that we're going to try something new, and we're being the beginning of something, we have everything in front of us, right? The open road. The beginning of a trip, the beginning of a job, the beginning of a relationship, whatever it is. Tell me what else we're talking about. We've got the parking lot. Interesting card to come up here. Parking spot, park and go, parking garage. You know what I think it's telling me? That you've been sitting in one spot long enough. I feel like you have been sitting in that one spot, Sag, because you've been scared to be hurt. And so I feel like you're going for broke with a beginner's mindset. I feel like you're becoming brave and saying, you know what? If I get stuck with a porcupine quill, I get stuck with a porcupine quill. I'll just read up and study about how I can recover from being stuck by a porcupine. I think you're just going to be prepared with education is what it is. But look at this. I don't think it's something's going to go wrong. I really don't. It says fulfillment of wishes. It tells me that something magic is about to come, or that you are going to get some sort of a wish granted here. It could have to deal with financial and material changes. If you are somebody who's been dealing in hardship financially, I feel like there is wish fulfillment coming here. Now, wish fulfillment doesn't mean that you're going to be sprinkled with fairy dust and you're just going to get bag of money dropped on your head, although I do wish that for you. But I think that you have decided to take charge of or take control of your finances, maybe through discipline, but maybe through putting out 5 resumes a day instead of 1. Maybe you're going to get on foot and go look for a job. I don't know what it is, but you have to participate in fulfillment of your own wishes. And so that's why I always suggest meditation instead of prayer, because prayer is just please, please, please. But meditation is like the plan. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. You know, you first got to put action behind it. Choose wisely, it says here. And we've got rest and rejuvenate. So make sure that you're in the right frame of mind, I would say, for whatever it is that's coming up that is brand new for you here. Got the Nightingale Spirit. It says love is all around. Card number 41 is a 5. I feel like you're having to remind yourself that there is good times on the way, that The good news is nothing ever stays the same. The bad thing is nothing ever stays the same, right? But we've got a 5 here, and we've got 41, which is a 5. And when I see more than one 5 in a reading, it tells me something is about to change quickly. So I want to say that if you've been stuck financially, if you've been stuck in love, or whatever it is, it feels like if you can get into a beginner mindset and be confident that you'll be okay no matter what the outcome is, I feel like your fulfillment of wishes is here. This is also card number 9, which tells me we're at the end of cycles here. Bottom of the deck, we have casino. You're taking a gamble, my friend. It says, say here, betting and odds, jackpot moment, card tables, and gambling excitement. It feels exciting that you're about to take a gamble on betting the odds. That's what it feels like. You're taking a chance on something here. All right, all right. Let's find out what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, brand new deck. It's called Forest Tarot. It's really beautiful. I'll show you some of the depictions as I go through. Really pretty binding. All right, let's find out what's going on with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. I got that deck on Amazon, by the way, if you're interested. Tell me about the base chakra. What do we need to know? Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sag. We've got death. Oh, interesting. That adds a new layer. So it does feel like, I feel like you've decided, oh, we're going to start with this. Hang on. I feel like you have, but through making the decision to accept death, I feel like that's what gives you the beginner mindset, because we cannot be in a place of the past and the future at the same time. We have to make a decision in the present moment that we are going to take the reins, that we're either going to live in the past and stay in the past, or we are going to give up the past so we can move forward, or we're going to give up the future so we can stay in the past. But I think that whatever it is, something is transforming. Now, I feel like the base chakra is giving me this energy of, I'm not looking for an outcome. I'm just looking to get through it. I feel like you're trying to be brave with having some sort of a new beginning after something ends. I feel like this in the middle of the week here, that it's like here you're like, okay, but I'm going to have to let go of possibly, maybe I might not make it. Like maybe it might not work. Maybe it'll fall flat on its face. And I think that the base chakra is giving you enough confidence, energy, security, and stability to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move forward here, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to move it. Hang on. Okay. Tell me about the porcupine spirit. We've got the 2 of Swords. There's the decision. The hardest decision ever is the 2 of Swords, because you're fighting the block of the mind. You're fighting a block in the mind. So it feels like somebody here is making a decision. And this definitely, this 2 of Swords exactly explains what I was just talking about. When you're in the 2 of Swords, you know you've got to cut out the past or the future. You've got to make a decision either way. There's no more living in the gray area when the 2 of Swords comes up, but you're also being asked to use your intuition to do that as well. Not just believing what you see. Tell me about the parking spot, because it feels like you're about to be unstuck, my friend. We've got the 6 of Cups. So it does feel like you are making a decision. Maybe what has had you stuck is the past, because this is nostalgia. So you could have had a bad relationship back there. You could have gotten fired from the last job that you tried. Maybe you've got the education, maybe you've got the certificate, but you didn't apply for the job because you didn't think that you had enough experience. It feels like whatever this is has got you stuck. This is you living in the past or living in these nostalgic experiences instead of looking forward to what is coming in front of you here. Let's find out what's transforming here. And I think that whatever is transforming, I think that you've decided you're going to be okay. That you're going to be all right because you've got hold of the base chakra here. The base chakra is open and it's ready to keep you sturdy here. Tell me about the Death card. We've got, oh, the Moon. Oh, you're going in stealth. Sagittarius, he's such a badass. The Moon is here you don't have the answer. Things are not as they seem, but you're like, no, that's it. I'm just going to let it go, and I'm just going to go with what I'm feeling. So I feel like your intuition is on high because the moon energy being here is the darkness. And so I feel like what you're doing is you are ending this dark time in your life where you were wandering around in the dark bumping into things. I think that even though you don't know what the outcome is, and I was saying that at the very beginning, right? Even though you don't know what the outcome is going to be because things aren't as they seem, I feel like you're brave enough to do it anyway. And as I say brave enough, I pull the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very brave. Brave enough to speak up. I'm brave enough to tell you what I want. I can read the room. Absolutely I can, because Gemini is smart enough to do it, but I don't give a shit. I'm not going to read the room. You're just going to hear what I have to say. So I feel like it's like you're going forward with this really kind of aggressive energy of, you know what? If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail in the most fantastic way that people will talk about it for ages, for years to come. Oh my gosh, we've got the Queen of Cups here. Okay, so that softens it just a tiny bit, I would say. You know what it is I feel like somebody here is really somebody here is very deeply affected by something. So it could be romantic depth. It feels like somebody's very passionate and is very deeply connected to somebody, and somebody has decided that they're going to be very honest and truthful about how they feel, the depth of their feelings. I'm kind of a little bit have a little bit of anxiety just as I say that, because it feels like somebody is stepping up to the plate. So somebody who doesn't usually speak their mind, or somebody who curates the thought process, because look, Gemini is gonna, just like Virgo, is gonna have it all out. They're gonna have the pie charts, they're gonna have the Excel sheets, it's gonna be connected in 14 different sheets. Like, they're gonna have all the details. And so I think that somebody here has been overthinking the whole thing, and because they don't know what the outcome is going to be. And so it feels like somebody here has decided, I'm going to let go of the past and move forward here, and I've really got to express my feelings. Now, it could be feelings that are romantic, or maybe you're walking up to the boss and saying, look, if you don't give me that promotion or the raise this time, then I've got to go. You've got my 2 weeks. Somebody here is really being aggressive with their words, and and in doing so has brought about the Death card, because something here has to transform. There's no way you can go back to the past after this. I think you've already made your decision through speaking up. You've already made your decision to move forward here. We've got the Two of Cups. Well, look at that. Very interesting here. Two of Swords, Two of Cups. We're not only making this decision, this important decision in the mind and getting out of the blocked energy. The decision is the Two of Cups. I want to deepen the connection. I want to share my emotions with you, even if it's just a cup. I want to share my emotions with you if you'll share yours with me. We have the Nine of Swords. Somebody's terribly worried about taking this brand new leap of faith. Wow. Wow. Just going to let you look at that. Somebody feels like this is certain death. Like, it's going to kill me emotionally. It's going to kill me if this person doesn't give me the yes. Somebody has been losing sleep over you about how they're going to say this, how they're going to... It almost feels like how they've been going on in their mind about what they're going to say and how they're going to move this forward without spooking you. Tell me more. We've got the Knight of Wands. And so this person has a lot of passion, I'm going to say. And they are somebody who's very brave. And all the knights are, but for different reasons. This particular one is going to be very brave about how very attracted they are to you, how very passionate they are about the situation. I feel like this person wants to deepen the connection because they want you to know that they're very attracted to you. That's what it feels like here. And the Nine of Swords tells me somebody is losing their mind. Like, they just don't know if they go racing in with this Knight of Wands energy, will it look unstable to you? Or will you understand that the reason that they are coming at you in the Knight of Wands energy is because they're just really excited and very attracted? I don't think this is a love bomber because the Two of Cups wouldn't be here if this was a love bomber. It does feel like somebody here is using this Knight of Wands energy to be brave. they need to be brave with their words, but they also need to be brave with their actions. And so I think that's why the Knight of Wands is here. Tell me about this Six of Cups, because I feel like someone's in the parking lot with the Six of Cups, because they're like, oh God, here I go. I'm going to do it. And based on past information, I'm stuck because it doesn't work out for me. Somebody's about to take a leap, and it could be you, Sagittarius. We've got the Three of Swords. Yep. Somebody here is worried that they're just going to get their heart broken. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Sag is just going to break my heart. We've got Justice. I don't think that's true. I think that this is a fear, but I don't think it's true. I think this is old programming, because the Three of Swords is up next to the Six of Cups, which is the nostalgic energy. So in the past, you've had your heart broken, or they have, but I feel like this is the time now where everything is in its perfect place harmoniously. Everything is coming back to this place of balance. You could have a Libra placement, or maybe your person is Libra. We also have Sagittarius here. We also have Cancer energy. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Gemini. Pisces, Cancer. I already said that. One more card. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Someone here is trying to protect their light. I kind of love this. It's the Seven of Wands. And, the Seven of Wands can be like putting up boundaries. It can be standing up for yourself, but this particular one is making me think that somebody here is protecting their light. There's wands around the fire, and he's tending to the fire. So it feels like with the Three Wands over here, that somebody wants to strike passion or fire in the future, but first I have to tend to the stability of my own fire. The Four Wands are here, and tending to this particular fire. So I feel like somebody here wishes to keep it all in balance, but I think that they've been hurt before. Nine of Wands is here. King of Wands is here. So it feels like somebody here has been hurt in the past. They are now the King of Wands, which tells me you don't have to worry about this Knight of Wands too much, because if this person is already in their King of Wands energy, they know how to reel in their passions. So they're not here to love bomb you. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this because we want to talk about the transformation. Somebody here is going to speak their mind, and I'm going to tell you what they're going to tell you in terms of how they're feeling and how they're going to say it. It feels like somebody is deciding, you know what, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if I don't take the chance, it's never going to end up being anything, right? You miss 100% of the shots you never take. I think that was Wayne Gretzky's dad that said that. And so I feel like if you don't take the shot, you can definitely secure the loss. But somebody here, I feel, is being very brave and going for broke here. It feels like based on what happened in the past, somebody here is very nervous that it's not going to work out. But we're going to clarify all of this. We're going to put down 3 more cards. We're going to go into the extended and talk about what happens in the future. And then we'll also talk about clarifying what's going on here. Love is all around you, and the fulfillment of wishes is coming. I'm just going to say, maybe you do need to take some sort of a gamble, right? Somebody's going to take a gamble. Let's put down 3 cards. Look, if you're interested in seeing what's going on in the extended, please go to the top of the comment section. There is one pinned comment that gives you a link to the membership if you'd like to join us there. You get at least 4 extendeds per month for the price of 1 month of membership. If you'd like to purchase this one outright, you can do that. There is a link there as well. And if you're interested in a private reading, I do have a couple of different sales on right now. So the newest sale is on the pre-recorded readings. I've added 4 new packages to my reading repertoire, and so I've got 10% off of any of those readings. If you just take the link to Hypsee, you'll see my pricing. You'll see the packages and what the packages are all about. And I also still have live readings that are on sale. So anywhere between 5 and 75% off as long as you book ahead. We can speak on the phone live or look at each other through the video. We can do a reading that way. I've been having a lot of fun doing those, by the way. All right, let's put down 3 cards and go into the extended. We do have the 5 of Swords. We have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Swords. I kind of like this because the 10 of Wands is carrying around things that are kind of heavy, that are not necessarily things you need to carry around, but also things you cannot drop. I think the 10 of Wands is asking me to ask you to drop it. What are you dropping? The 5 Swords. Fighting the mind. These are inconclusive explosive arguments you have going on in your head. These are the what ifs. And I feel like it's time for you to let go of fighting your mind about what you're going to do here. The Seven of Swords is here. I feel like you're scared that you're going to be deceived or lied to because of based on past energies here. I feel like you're probably next weekend maybe going to talk to someone about the feelings, or they'll talk to you about theirs. We're going to go into the extended and we're going to talk about that. We've got the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Someone's crapping themselves, I'm telling you. With the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands here, the Seven of Swords, it feels, and the Five of Swords, it feels like somebody is panicking. They know that they could possibly be ready to take a dagger in the heart, but you seem worth the effort. I think that it would just be an honor to be turned down by Sagittarius, is what it feels like. Somebody sees the reason that they should. Someone can't hold back any longer. All right, so we're going to be in the extended. You know how to get there. If you want to be there, that's cool. And if you don't, that's okay. If this is where we part, because I'll be back, because I'm always back, Sag. You know that I am. My fire family. You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.